Hey, it's James, FatherRights&Resources, hashtag how I got custody. When you're in a court case and you're sitting there waiting on the other side to agree, a lot of attorneys do this. They come on board and you guys propose an offer, talk about mediating, waiting on their response. They're ignoring you. They're dragging the stuff out. I don't play that delay game bullcrap. Because if you're the one who needs something, say you're a dad and all you're getting is every other weekend and you want 50-50, while the other person is in total domination and control of your life and access to the kids, you and your attorney are saying, hey, will you negotiate with us? Hey, will you talk with us? Hey, we offered this. We're waiting for you to work it out. And then you try again, and you try again, and you try again. Dumbass, the answer is no from her. Stop waiting around. Take control of the situation. You don't want to work with me and negotiate? Fine, I'll take you to court and I'll get on offensive and go to war. It's just like a war. If you go to engage in war, if any of you have seen the movie Braveheart, you know at the beginning, in the old school days, at the beginning of a battle, like in Braveheart, they send a representative to go out. You know, everybody's face to face in their long lines of everybody's mounted on a horse, got their cannons or whatever, spears, arrows. They send a representative to go out and negotiate with the other side's representative. Hey, do you want to call a truce? Do you want to work this out? No? Okay, let's go to war. That's it. That's what real men did back in the day. But our bitch asses, oh, will you please do this? I'm trying to be nice to you. We think we're going to win over a narcissistic, psychotic control freak child abuser by waiting patiently for them to be motivated to work with us. They don't need to work with you. You have no leverage. They have all the control. They have everything that they want. Duh. What the hell are you doing sitting around and waiting while you're on supervised visits or you got no visitation? So what you really should do is treat this like it's a hostage situation. So, in a hostage situation, yeah, or a kidnapper situation with a kidnapping. If the kidnapper wants a ransom or a hostage situation, they want a ransom. Sure, you go and negotiate it first and try and work stuff out without a fight, without the risk of injury. That's where you go to first. But after that doesn't work several times, then it's time to go in with force. Or when you realize, hey, look, these kids the hostages are going to get killed. They're not going to give them up. It's time to go in and rescue them. They're going to die if we don't. Then it's time to go in and go to war. Or like I said, the Braveheart example or any war. Hey, do you want to negotiate? Nope. Okay. Then you go in and you pound away and hammer away until they throw up the white flag. You always give them opportunity to throw up a white flag and surrender so there's no more casualties or no more pain and suffering. But the other side is not motivated to do anything because while they're in total control, you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs and sitting on your ass doing nothing. Well, I'm waiting for her to negotiate. I'm waiting. You're begging and pleading like a bitch so you don't have to fight for your kids so that you'll have it handed to you easily. That's not how this works. My baby's mom, she tried to get a restraining order against me. Then I beat her on that. Then I started on a custody case. I gave her and her attorney one chance to earn my trust. They burned me. That was it. It was war unto the death until they surrendered. And here's the thing. The answer usually is in the fight or the work that you're avoiding. You're avoiding getting on the offensive. You're avoiding standing up for yourself. You're avoiding pushing back. You're avoiding the war of attrition because right now, while you're sitting there negotiating, talking and working and you're sending an offer and waiting for an offer and dilly-dallying around, twiddling your thumbs and waiting, you're losing out on your life with your kids. And then the longer this drags out, the more you show you're satisfied with it. So when you go to court and say, I should have 50-50 set every other weekend. Well, why didn't you fight for 50-50 8 months ago? You obviously don't care. You're only saying that right now to avoid child support. Give somebody an offer. Give them a chance to negotiate. You don't hear from them, say, I haven't heard from you. Just like I said about never write an open-ended letter. I have a video from a long time ago on that on YouTube. I have a video recently on all my social media about demanding something from somebody and following up, and don't just leave a letter open. And I kind of say the same thing. So you follow up after they haven't answered, or haven't negotiated, or haven't countered, and you think, oh, they're throwing me a bone, that she's going to give me 2 hours of supervised visitation instead of 1. That's not an offer. That's not a counter offer. You got nothing to lose if you're in that situation. Why not go to court? There's nowhere to go but up. So they get one chance to answer you, and then you say, okay, I haven't heard from you. If I don't hear from you by the end of the week, by the end of Friday at 5 p.m., within 72 hours, I will assume you refuse to negotiate and you don't want my offer, and I'll take the proper recourse. And boom, you start filing motions, doing discovery, get on the offensive. Stop dilly-dallying around, screwing around. We got this Boy Scout stupid-ass notion that, oh, if I just act nice and I throw out a nice offer, or I try and negotiate and play nice like I was throughout the whole time that she totally dominated, controlled me, and punked me like a little henpecked bitch, that I'll win something. What are you trying to win? You're sitting there losing right now. If you're not moving forward, you're losing. If you're not getting anything fair, you're losing. If she ignores your offers or won't answer or dilly-dallies around, she's saying no. Wake the hell up and be realistic about what's going on. You get on the offensive. You start demanding stuff. You start controlling the narrative. Even if she has leverage to control the kids, you start bucking back and pushing back. You know, there's people who beg and plead for something and they nag somebody to death to the point. There's a scripture about a lady, they call it the lady of importunity or something like that. She goes and begs a neighbor for bread. He's like, go away, I'm sleeping. And then she comes back for bread again. And then she comes back again. And then he said, and then it says, just for the sake of getting her out of his hair and to go away, he gives her what she wants. That's how the war of attrition works. Now, in this situation, it doesn't work begging, but it works replace the begging in that story to getting on the offensive and slapping somebody around. Imagine doing discovery, getting on the offensive, doing a motion, you lose a motion, do a reconsideration. Then you go from a magistrate to a judge or do a mini appeal. They slip up on the order, and then you do a contempt, or they have an investigation, and you tell the guardian line, make sure you look for this in her home, make sure you look for that, and watch out for that. And then you bomb them with psychological studies and all that other stuff. And my baby's mom was worn down just from having to stand up and me stand in the courtroom and point to the other side. Look at what she's doing. Look at what she's doing. This is what she's doing. Look at what she's doing. Her and her sisters and all the sellouts that were on their side. And this one bitch-made ex-roommate of mine, Kimo Evans, K-I-M-O, he's a graphic arts designer. He's the only guy who testified against me because he was mad because I dated his current wife when she was flirting with both of us, and neither one of us knew it. Mary Soulshide Evans. So this bitch-made punk was sitting there testifying against me, but she brought the onslaught. She brought all this stuff on the offensive, but all those people thought they were going to come to court, slander me, and move on with their life, and everybody loves them and all this other stuff. I dragged her in court and put her basically on display and say, look what a horrible human being this person is. Narcissists and these psycho control freaks don't want to be exposed. They don't want to deal with the humiliation of you having a chance to talk about them. That's the war of attrition. Even if I didn't win all the hearings that I won, I probably would have had her settle with me on something more fair, at least, or what I got. Because I pounded away and pounded away and pounded away and pounded. She thought she was going to come in, get a restrainer, control me, laugh at me, and then leave. And so do those other bitches. But I go on Facebook and I show people what, like Kimo Evans, who was an ex-roommate of mine. We used to go to the same church, and we had some of us buddies, out of college, we rented the same house. He was an ex-roommate of mine. And then he said I had an anger problem and, I shouldn't be responsible for a child. This guy was a wannabe wankster, pretend gangster who admitted to beating women, pissing it in, when he played football in college, he pissed in his teammates' Gatorade. He had an addiction to weed and an anger problem himself. So these people thought that they were going to, this is a side point, these people thought they were going to come in and destroy my life with my kid. I'm letting everybody know the legacy for the rest of their life. Now that I've won and got this over with, I'm letting everybody know this is what these bitch-ass, subhuman, demonic, evil traitors to humanity and child abusers did to me. You guys think they're all wonderful and sweet. They wanted to destroy a father's relationship with the child. What do you guys think about that? And we have plenty of mutual friends on Facebook, so I don't play that shit. Give negotiations a chance, but don't dilly-dally around for months and years.
you.